Students, this is Sudeep Yadav from Spectrum Chemistry. And students, if you are first time visiting to my channel, so please like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get a best explanation of NCERT book class 7th subject science. And students, if you are watching this video, so please go to my playlist and watch the previous two parts of this chapter, that is transportation in animals and plants. And today in this video we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is excretory system in human beings. So let's start, students. Let's see what is excretory system in human beings. Now first, before we start excretory system in human beings, we have to be know about that what is excretion in animals. So the cells in animals release some waste products as they perform different functions. So these waste products are toxic and hence they must be removed from the bodies of the living organism. This process, the process of removal of the waste products produced in the cells of the living organisms, is called the excretion. So this was the excretion in animals. Now the excretory system in the human beings. So you can see here in the given figure, this is the excretory system of the human beings, and it having a different organs of our excretory system like vena cava, aorta, renal vein, renal artery, kidney, ureter, bladder and urethra. Okay, so these all are the parts of our excretory system. Now the excretory system is a system of organs in living organisms that undergo excretion. The excretory system consists of different organs, that is kidney. And what is the function of the kidney? They are the two organs like kidney present in our body. These kidney contain the blood capillaries that filter out the unwanted substances. So means the function of the kidney is that it contains blood capillaries, that is we have already discussed in circulatory system. It contains blood capillaries that filter out the unwanted substances from the blood. Means its function is to separate out the unwanted substances from the blood. So means the filtration process is going on inside the kidney in the form of urine, and what is the waste product will be separated out from the blood, this is known as a urine, and it will be takes place inside the kidney. Now urinary bladder, the urine, whatever the urine has been produced in the kidney by the separation process, by the filtration process from the blood, it will be goes inside the urinary bladder. The urine produced by the kidney is stored in a bladder called the urinary bladder. So you can see in this figure there is a urinary bladder. Okay. Now third point, ureters. There are two tube-like structures which connect the kidneys and the urinary bladder together. They allow passage of urine from the kidney to the bladder. Means this is the mean by which urine is passed from the kidney to the urinary bladder, that is known as the ureters. And the last and least important organ, that is the urethra. There is the muscular tube through which the urine moves out of the body. This is the part of the excretory system is known as urethra. So this is very important. Now different organisms excrete different wastes. Yes, the major excretory product in human is the urea. The urine consists of the toxic wastes 2.5%, urea 2.5% and water 95%. So it was the percentage of the different constituents of urine that consisting by the urine. Okay, The way in which waste chemicals are removed from the body of the animal depends on the availability of water. Like fishes and aquatic animals excrete ammonia in the water, means fishes has to be released ammonia in the water. Okay, birds, snakes, and the lizard excrete the semi-solid white colored uric acid. Okay, so here we have discussed all the three important different kinds of the waste products that has been which are releasing by the different kinds of the organism, like birds, snakes, and lizards excreting the uric acid. And if we talk about the fishes, they are releasing the ammonia, and in case of the human beings, there is a urine. Okay, now what is the dialysis? Dialysis is a very important. Sometimes people use artificial kidneys, means if your kidneys has stopped working, so sometimes people use the artificial kidneys, they're having the need of the artificial kidneys, that is they get the blood purified artificially, periodically. It is called dialysis. This is known as the dialysis. Okay, they have to do so in a case of kidney failure, in which the kidneys of a person are unable to perform their function due to an infection or an injury. Okay, so this is the dialysis. This is very important. You must have to be know about the dialysis. How is sweat useful to us? So let's see. Sweat contains water and some salt, and hence help in getting rid of toxic wastes from the body. Means they are containing some waste product also, which will be come out from our body with the sweat. Also, and the second point, also as the sweat evaporates from our skin, it takes up our body heat, and this makes us feel cool, especially during the summer days. So here is the evaporation process. Due to the evaporation process is going on, when the sweat is vaporized, it will utilize the body of heat, our body of heat. So at that time our body heat will lose, so means we will feel cool. Okay, so this is the another important fact regarding the sweat. Now, transportation in plants. Similarly, as like the human beings, we having a special kind of the circulatory system. Similarly, in case of the plants also, they having the transportation of the water and the minerals, and they can circulate it through the special kind of the vessels, that is xylem and the phloem. So let's see students, transportation of the water and the minerals, how it is going on inside the plant's body. The roots of the plants, means that is very important part of the plant, roots and the root hairs. The roots of the plants absorb the essential minerals and water from the soil, means the source of the minerals and the water for the plant through which it getting absorbed by the roots, that is soil. So the roots have hair like structures present on them, and these hair like structures are increasing the surface area, and it assists in the absorption of the nutrients, that is the minerals of the water, minerals or the and the water for the plants. So means the number of the, if the number of the hair will be increased, that is the root hairs of the plant, so means it can absorb more and more minerals and the water from the soil. So this is very important, this is very significant role playing by the hair, root hair, that is. These hairs increase the surface area of the roots and hence allow more amount of absorption. So you can see in this figure there is a air and water and mineral also be trapped in between the particles of the soil, from which the root and the root hairs will absorb it. You can see here. Okay, now From the roots, the water and minerals are transported to other parts of the plant through a special kind of the tissues called the vascular tissues. There are the two vascular tissues present in the plants. Number first, xylem and the phloem. So means the vascular tissues, if you will be combinedly called xylem and phloem, these tissues are known as the vascular tissues. So xylem. Now first we are going to discuss about this xylem. It is a vascular tissue that is responsible for transporting nutrients and water in the plants. The root cells absorb water and minerals and transport it to the xylem. Means the transportation of the water and the minerals from the soil through the root hairs or the root or and at the last xylem, through the xylem it will be transporting to all the parts of the plant. Xylem carries it to the other parts unidirectionally, sorry. It will be the unidirectional process, okay, without usage of energy. And phloem, it is a vascular tissue that transports the food produced by the leaves to all parts of the plant. This flow is bidirectional and utilizes energy. This is known as the translocation. Okay, so here you can understood this process through this given figure. Okay, now next, transpiration. Transpiration is a process that is very important for the plants. Sometimes not all the water that plants absorb is used by them, hence they need to get rid of the excess water in them. This loss of water in plants takes place through the process of transpiration, in which the water evaporates in the atmosphere through the stomata present on the leaves. Stomata are tiny pores present on the leaves that allow the movement of the gases and water through them. Transpiration results in the absorption of water. As the water from the leaves evaporates, it generates a suction pull in the plants that brings the water from the root upwards. Means it exerting a force through which water and the minerals absorbing by the roots. Transpiration helps in cooling down the plants, yes. As the water evaporates, it utilizes the heat of the plant and results in cooling of the internal temperature of the plant. Because here is also evaporation is going on. So evaporation is the process where heat is absorbed when water droplets is when the water droplet will evaporate. Okay, so this is the process you can see in this figure, how it is going on. You can see it. Okay, so I hope students you must have enjoyed this video. So